Alright. What happened? I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, the bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here on this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. Edgeworth needs ice for that burn indeed, yes. Luckily for him, there's plenty of snow he can roll about in. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yep, can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And is there something on the other side? Yep, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem, but someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? He's got the worst luck, this girl. Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's going to be able to reach the Inner Temple till tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? How did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. There was lightning strikes. Lightning? Is that what Iris was afraid of? The lightning? She didn't want to cross the bridge in case she got struck? Interesting. So, who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's the new guy. Showed up after you left the country. Right, so Edgeworth doesn't even know this guy. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. Except he's lost to Phoenix like 3 times now. What kind of man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright. Oh? I can't imagine why. How does that happen? He seems to have some kind of grudge. And what would be the cause of the grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. I would never do such a thing. Old Triclops? I wouldn't ever dare make fun of him. None of this is making any sense. I'd better look into this Godot myself. You're telling me the bridge caught fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Interesting. I see. So this is a very detailed weather report. So they had thunder snow then, basically. Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge. Oh, that. We got that information from the witness's testimony. Sure you did. Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who's the witness? Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Okay, you're still useless, and I am still thinking about docking your salary, even though I'm not in charge of it anymore. Oh god, I'm slipping into Edgeworth mode already. Oh god. Oh, this feels wrong. Oh. Oh. Alright, well, let's present this back to him. No, okay, he doesn't care. So, snow with occasional lightning strikes, 7 to approximately 10:50, lightning to 10 to approximately 11. Struck by, excuse me. Lightning struck the Dusky Bridge at 10:45, 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. So I wonder when what's-her-name came across then, because what was supposed to happen is, Iris was supposed to ring the bell for lights out, then go across the bridge to the temple, so she should have been there about 20-ish minutes later, because that's about how far it is to the bridge to the temple. So the lightning struck at 45 minutes after lights out and was burning till about 11:15. So at some point from about 20 past to 45 minutes past 10, Bikini Lady would have wondered where the heck she was and gone looking for her, which is why she'd be back over the other side of the bridge. We need to keep an eye out on testimony for any inconsistencies in the time frame, because there will be some. Alright, so can we also... I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school, but I've never seen or heard of this person. I gotta admit, he's puzzling alright. He just appeared one day, a big mug of steaming coffee in his hand. Oh, I hope that rings a bell. Sounds like an interesting man. Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately. Yeah, and the Godot Special Blend number 73 or whatever the hell. Alright, main gate. Yo, Edgy, what took you so long? I'm so cold my brain's turned to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. But what do you mean? Wright's gonna be fine and the case itself isn't anything unusual, and if I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder... Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth? It's hard to explain, but the one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? And you call yourself a defense attorney? No, I don't. Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh god, we're gonna break Gumshoe's brain here. He's not gonna be able to handle this, like... But he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. But... What? No. Prosecutor Edgeworth defense attorney sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Ugh, dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet. What is this obsession you have with sherbet, Larry? I'd say more like sorbet, but it's rather cold here. Yeah, gumshoe.exe has stopped working. Yep. Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one. Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton to Wright, that is. Alright. That must be the main hall back there. Brilliant deduction, sir. Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe? A brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir. According to Wright, the head nun had some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her. This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You've got a real flair for words, sir. I've always appreciated this kind of old, timeless elegance. That's exactly how I feel too. Take this coat for example. Like fine wine, it gets better with age. It's stinkier. Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, Detective. Oh. I feel so bad that we're now playing Edgeworth and he's picking on Gumshoe. We're picking on Gumshoe now. Oh, I hate this. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains. Say, this just gave me a great idea. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich. An invention, you say? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So, what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Yes. God damn it, Gumshoe. Oh. How are you, Adam? Good to see you. I can see a small bell tower from here. Hey, that just reminds me, there's something I've always wondered about. Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind whether I like it or not. We call a person who tells a lie a liar, right? So why don't we call a person who rings a bell a beller? Or truer for a guy who tells the truth. Oh man, I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. I had no idea he was such a deep thinker. Sleepy but awake? Excellent. Need the coffee, yes. Well, we'll probably bump into Godot soon. He'll give you a nice cup. Alright, so I can't talk to any of that. Let's present everything to Larry and see what he says. Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people, or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you've got to do it. You've got to save my little Iris. Ah, this is exactly why I hate childhood friends. Yeah, deep thinker. Absolutely. He's as deep as a puddle in summer. Hey, I know I may not look like it, but I'm an artist. I refuse to look at anything that doesn't have a radiant beauty, blah 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 blah. Okay. So... no, he doesn't care about any of this. Oh, here we go. Still can't believe it. She was such a great person. But someone's pinning this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please, I'm counting on you. Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that. Well then. I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that? Since you're kind enough to offer? All right, but I'm not paying 50 cents for it. All right, weather data. Doesn't know anything about that. Oops. He was a good guy, a real pal to the end. Larry, he's still alive. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories. He's still breathing. He's fine. What's with the past tense? He's not dead, you know. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me. After all, I saved his life. What is that supposed to mean? If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. It's no surprise, though. He used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby. He has a point. He called me pretty quick, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while. Okay, doesn't care about that. What's new with you, Larry? Huh? Me? All you have to know is to remember not to call me Larry anymore. That's right, yeah. What? I'm a new person now. I've been reborn as Laurice Dunham. Alright, fine. Let me ask you something else then, Larry. Call me Laurice! If you don't, then I'll call you Millis Dunham. Alright, we've already read all that. What about Iris? I have a feeling she's hiding something. Could be, after all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily. I don't think that has anything to do with it. Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once. Lots of girls like Iris are like Iris. You know I'm right. Well, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself. Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean? Still doesn't listen to others, I see. I guess some people just never change. The butts never changes. Okay, so he doesn't know about Godot. Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? Don't you think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent... Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. And there it is. Pretty much finishing Edgeworth's thought. I was right after all, I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. You're a new man, you're changed. If I had a penny for every time he said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. You know what I mean. I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? Well, you have been on trial for murder once before. What? Get lost. Go back to your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. Wow. Okay, that escalated quick. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? Oh, he's even more buttoned up than Iris. As I suspected, Psyche locks. I'm sorry, man, you know me. I just don't remember. Please tell me we're not coming back to this guy after this, ever. Oh, I don't know. We probably will. I got a feeling the Butts is going to show up a lot more. But hey, this is the last case of the game. Of the last game of the trilogy. So we just have to endure him a little while longer. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude. Really now. I want to try and poke into this, but I don't think I have... Actually, no, I don't think I've got anything I can poke this with yet. Let's move on. Let's go into the main hall and talk to Bikini. There's a note underneath the futons over there. Hey, hello there. So how are you feeling? Wait, really? So what comes after this? Are you done with Phoenix Wright until more come out on PC? Yeah, because none of the others are out. At least not on the PC. So I'll have to have a look into that. I mean, unless they're on... Are they on the Switch, some of the other ones? I think they might be. If they're on the Switch, we might look into them in the future, but I am going to take a break from Phoenix Wright anyway, because I want to do Assassin's Creed, and I also want to play Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. So I'll probably play that first, and then we'll go on to Assassin's Creed. And we're still playing Yakuza Kiwami. We've only just started that, so we've got quite a lot going on. And I also got that bundle for racial equality as well from itch.io. So, yeah, there's a bunch of games on there. There's at least 2 or 3 that I definitely want to stream. So that would be really good. The Switch only has the HD trilogy. Oh, right, okay. How far in are we in this episode? We really just got started on this last episode. We're about an hour or so in, I think. Just over. So, yeah. Alright, I suppose. Huh. Who is this? Hi, my name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself, always welcome. If circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Oh my god. No, Edgeworth, that's not it at all. Well, you have found her. Now, what can I do for you? Now he's confused. I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Oh god. Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? You said the bikini woman. God. This is exactly why your salary keeps getting cut. My stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first I want to hear what you know. But first, I want to poke everything in the room. That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the Lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls. Huh? This is the Lesser? What's the greater one like? The greater Magatama is displayed in the room of the Fey Manor. It was supposed to be on the show at the Treasures of Korean exhibit, but it was so large they couldn't bring it through the doors. Cool. Oh. There's an altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it. There are lots of candles lined up on it too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for myself in a while. Dude, that is just depressing. Please shut up. Maybe you should blow out those candles over there to make up for that. Mr. Edgeworth? Would you mind singing happy birthday to me? Yes, I would. Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles. There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under the stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. What, yes you'd mind, or yes you will? Here you are, sir. Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like an old manila envelope. Ugh. What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue, a super special clue. I suppose I should read it myself, then. Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Ooh. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Yes, blackmail. Dun dun dun. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls. Man, I'd bet you have awful nightmares if you ever tried to sleep in here. This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering. So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie Man wouldn't hunt me down for eternity. Alright. Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? No. Oh, it's a warmed cat box. But where are all the cats? It's called a hibachi. It's for heating a room. Oh, look at all these ancient straw frisbees. Gumshoe, you are a man of culture. Excellent. Those are a type of zabuton cushion called Enza. Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why? Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, Detective. Enrich your mind. Protego totalum salvia hexilia. Hexia, yeah. I know what it is. That's exactly what that is, though. It's all the warding charms. Right, so we present everything to her first, then we'll talk to her. Here's my badge. Have you seen this? About this here. Let me see. Well, as you may know, in order to see reality for what it truly is, we strive to break our attachments to much of the transient material realm. I guess you could call me an immaterial girl. Alright, Madonna, calm down. I guess she lives in an immaterial world, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Do not encourage this. That's one of the Fae Clan's very own Magatamas. That's a priceless treasure you've got there. Wow! I'm impressed, sir. You never failed to surprise me. She's one of those kinds of people. Yes, you don't look at it, but now I can see you're a real fan of the occult. Excuse me? Oh, of course, this piece couldn't possibly be real, but to have such a nice replica, clearly you're a big fan of the Korean tradition. Wow, I'm impressed, sir. You never failed to surprise me. Should have known better than to show this thing around. Huh? Ah, well, look what you've found. That's the master of the Korean channeling technique, Misty Fae. Fae. It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Misty disappeared. Apparently she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter. Who is this daughter? Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fae Clan. What? Whoa, wait a minute. So if she's Larry's mum, if that really isn't bullshit, that means Larry is also probably one of Maya's cousins or something. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. But even I am not privy to the information concerning the main family. Well, I mean, we know Mystic Misty, you know, vanished, and Mia was supposed to be the one who took over because she was the stronger one. Maya has to take over now because she's the next in line, but Pearls is stronger, and she was originally the main family before Pearl's mom, Morgan, didn't have any powers. So her sister, Misty, who was the younger one, ended up becoming the new master, and her descendants became the new main line. There's a scary thought, yeah. Yeah, that Morgan woman, you remember her with the big frisbee hair that was like, way out here? Wow. Well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear them for protection. Oh, I see. What are you waiting for? You won't get any protection just holding it, you know. Put it on already. Yeah, put it on, Edgeworth. Gotta be protected. No, I can't. I was just... No! It's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh god, is he wearing it? Please show us. Please, game. Spin the camera around. I want to see this once. What do you mean by that, detective? It looks absolutely marvellous. You've just got to keep it on for a while. This is some sort of divine retribution. Let's see... Yeah, okay. So, she's an immaterial person. Gotcha. The magazine article. About this picture. Well, look at that. I look pretty S to the XE, don't you think? Yeah, absolutely. Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines, but this time we had our reasons. Is that so? For example? Well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? Uh-huh. Oh. How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault. Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to... Quiet! What do you know anyway? Ouch, you're scary. With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours, it's too bad that you weren't on the one that disappeared. Whoa. Why does she have to take it all out on me? Because you're here, that's why. Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Oh yeah, she's hiding something. Yeah, and rude. So rude. For the weather data. So this was her testimony then. About this here. Okay, she's an immaterial girl, whatever. So let's check this then. To Iris of Hazakura Temple. Salutation. Here, there is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Yeah, let's present this to her actually and see what she says. Do you know anything about this old crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris? Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it. Nothing gets past you, detective. I can't believe it, that girl doesn't have any secrets from me. So, Sister Bikini doesn't know anything about it. This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weariness of the world. Sure. But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river. Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he hadn't just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life. Sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me. Hey, don't look at me like that. You do your own dirty work, sir. He's alive. About this here. Okay. No, she doesn't care about that. Larry Butts. This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy at any rate. Wait a minute, no, hang on. He said that this was his mom earlier. He said that she was literally his mom. Why would she be saying this? Okay, I guess that's not true. Huh? Oh, I don't blame him. Sister Bikini understands the temptations of young men. Sure. But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position as a head nun after all. But in return I did allow him to draw a portrait of me. I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty for everyone's sake. Oh. Yeah, okay, so we know about this. Okay, we've already gone through this. Right, Iris. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the inner temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there? Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for the lights out. So you're saying Iris came to the inner temple then? Of course she did. Iris has always been a good and obedient girl. After that I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training. Well, this is bullshit. That doesn't fit with what Iris told us. She said she never went to the inner temple. Which is weird because it puts her at the scene of the crime. You'd think she would want to have an alibi. As they say, the plot thickens. It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered and an important acolyte is trapped and a little girl has been lost. Oh shit, where's Pearl? I didn't even think about that. Oh god, I should never be put in charge of children, you guys. Because I didn't even think about where Pearl is until now. I'm like, wait a minute, she was staying with Elise and Maya's over there and Phoenix fell in the river and what the fuck? Where's Pearl? Oh no, I'm even more bummed out by this now. Where's both Pearl and Maya? Well, Maya's trapped across the ravine. She was over in the other temple training when the bridge burned down. There's no way to get across without the bridge, so they know she's there. But she just can't get across and they can't get to her and they can't get a helicopter in because there's too much turbulence right now. So yeah, we know where she is, but where's Pearl? Oh man. You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma. Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. God, I didn't even think about Pearl. Oh, man. Alright. Well, let's go... Let's go back to the main gate first. Oh, hang on. Where's Larry? Damn it, I wanted to ask him about this. I don't see Larry anywhere. Maybe we scared the poor kid away. His heart was shut pretty tight with a number of psyche locks. I guess I still have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. God damn it, Larry. Is he at the bridge, maybe? Well, see, now we've got her there. I want to present this. This is the witness who saw the crime take place out there in the temple courtyard. I'm pretty sure it's going to be her testimony that's key to the case, sir. So you mean she's going to be a witness in the trial tomorrow? Of course. But none is as trustworthy as you can get. We got this one in the bag. Oh. It's like, dude, you remember I'm on the other team now, right? I mean, I've always been on your side, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. So yeah, this is a pretty tight spot we've gotten ourselves into, huh? So, suddenly you've quit the force? Are you on my side now? Oh, cool. Now I understand why Wright is always breaking into a cold sweat. Okay. Let's go back through. But this is the scene of the crime. We haven't been here yet. And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything as untouched. Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating. Oh yeah, by the way, I thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow? Yes, I will. I gave her my word and now I must follow through with my commitments. Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. I've got to make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation. Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed and I think most of it will flow out on its own. You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap. Yes, you do that, detective. just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? See, now Edgeworth's getting a taste on the other side, like, oh god, was he really like this with Phoenix when I was trying to prosecute cases against him? Shit, no wonder I lost so often. Alright, so, oh, look, a stepladder. The main gate must be just over that stone wall. Interesting. Ah, stone walls. I jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all. Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words. Surprised that Gumshoe still is a detective and not a paper filer at the department. I mean, he got fired at one point, then he got rehired on a technicality. It was really weird. Ah, I just love skiing. Really? You don't seem like the type. Well, what about sleds? Sleds? Nah. They're a little too kiddie, you know? Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with the silence, Mr. Edgeworth? Is the world starting to go mad? No, Edgeworth, it's always been mad. The main hall of the Hazakura Temple is above us here. Hey, you're right, but I'm pretty sure the main hall didn't have a second floor. Hazakura Temple was built on a steep part of the mountain. The front and the back of the main hall are on different levels. Oh, that makes sense. But wouldn't it be easier to just build the place slanted, sir? Fail to see how we can consider that to even be a remotely good idea. I mean, if you want it to slide down the mountain, sure. So, the sword from the gold statue is actually the murder weapon? It sure is. It's called a Shitichito, by the way. That's what I was calling it before, and I'm sticking to it. A nasty piece of work, sir. There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood. Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shitichito too. Fingerprints? Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant. The fingerprints are on the murder weapon? Shit. What's wrong? You're looking really solemn. Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney? Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel really good. To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health. The apparent murder weapon has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it. It's a lantern. I suppose they light it at night. There's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight. Is that because you're behind on your electricity bill, detective, until the end of the month when you get paid? Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill? How did you know? Oh, there's the staff look. The amethyst's missing. What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff. That belonged to the victim, Miss Elise Dunham. There's nothing strange or magical about it, sir. Oh, yeah, listen. This is just between us, okay, sir? Yes? What? This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this. All right. Truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard. That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me? That's it. This staff was made from a very strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it? Just the victim's. But yeah, the amethyst orb's missing. Interesting. Yeah, that's it, me too. It's like, come in, listen, psst, just come here. I used to want to be a wizard. Okay, thank you. You know, but whatever. So, guess we can present some of this. Let's present this to him as well. We didn't actually present this to, what's his face? No, okay. Doesn't know anything about that, but what about the Shitichito? This sword represents the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one. I've never heard that one. You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division? So you think about that kind of thing too, huh? Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger. I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force then. Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a kid, you wanted to become a wizard, right? Hey, that's amazing! How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd make a really good one, don't you think? We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective. The victim is the famous picture book author Miss Elise Dunham. Her entire past up until she won the Writing Award last year is a total mystery. It's hard to believe in this day and age that you can still find people like that. The estimated time of death for the victim was between 10 and 11 PM on February the 7th. The cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back by the murder weapon. The murder weapon. The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir. That's terrible. Yeah, but there's one strange thing. Yes, the victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from a height of a 2-story building. A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as the room in front of us, correct? Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happens to be the room that Elise Dunham was staying in. Oh. So... fell out of the window. Or was pushed. Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword? Or before? So... loss of blood from stabbing back, body fell 10 feet after death. Now then, Detective, let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far. Okay, let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. I hear thunder outside. Cool, it's like the second day this week. Nice. At 10 PM after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. Supposedly. When she got there, Bikini had her take over while she went back to the Hazakura temple. So we need to find out if that's true or not. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. The time frame is really condensed. It's a 20-minute journey there and back. But like each way. So she's saying that she made it, well, first of all, from 10 o'clock. From 10 o'clock, while they were over here at the inner temple, Iris left the Hazakura temple. It's a 20-minute walk, unless you run, which I doubt she would have, to get to the bridge and cross it to the inner temple. At that point, it would have been about 20 past 10. And then What's-Her-Face walks back the other way, another 20 minutes, and takes a hot bath. And then what, 5 minutes later, the bridge is struck by lightning, and the murder happened at some point as well. It's a very short time frame from all of that happening. Interesting. Also, it says the body fell 10 feet after death. So she was posed there. If you want more details, you should ask Bikini herself in the main hall. The inner temple, huh? Sounds like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor? I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement. Please tell me it's Franziska von Karma. That would be amazing. What do you mean? It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumours are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest. I intend to appear in court in the role of a defence attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be the judge. Yes, he certainly would remember my face even after such a long absence. That's why I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. Oh, we're not going to get Udgy? Are we going to get his Canadian cousin again? Oh, no. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all. It's the Canadian cousin. Oh, brother, actually. No, they were brothers, weren't they? That was right, they were brothers. We're going to get Udgy's brother. Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecutor's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir? There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, I had no idea you had such powerful strings to pull. Damn. Edgeworth's already got it all figured out. He's weaving. He's ducking and weaving all over the place. What is this in the temple that Maya was supposedly training at? According to Bikini, it's an old building they used to train acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge. The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the temple? Nope, not a thing. Nothing. The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there. So the only thing there is the inner temple. I hear it's not the kind of place a person could survive in. Please be alright, Maya. Yeah. Alright. Well, back to the main hall. So we do need to talk to her about more things. Before we do this, it's time for a break. So I think that's a good place to quickly save the game. And we'll take a 5-minute break here, guys. Alrighty then, let's just make sure it is. Everything's set on my side. Alright then, so we need to speak to the nun again. Excuse me. Do we have anything we should present to her first? Let's present stuff to her first. I like to do this because it gives us more talking points. About this here. Okay, she's an immaterial girl, so she doesn't even want to talk about the murder weapon? Seems to me like that would be something she would talk about. No? Didn't expect to get anything from the autopsy report. First, I'd like to ask you about the last night. Well, last night I had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. You must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was around 9 when we left here. The training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm just starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me what exactly you saw in the courtyard. It must have been past 11. Oh no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let's go. Let go of my tie. I saw a runner right through. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. What if it was Dahlia? Oh my god. You must have been quite shocked. Of course you was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. When I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed and then I passed out. This is one of your favorite trials. I'm really enjoying, like, the possibilities of what's going on here that are just brewing in my head. I'm loving this. Get ready for some mind blow. Nice. I love it. I love it when the mind blows. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. Wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct? Yes, that's correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is I've got a bad lower back. A bad lower back. Yes, it's especially bad in the winter, so bad that I can't even lift a bucket. Do you remember how cold it was last night? My back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall. So you left the disciple alone? Don't be ridiculous, I would never do that. That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she'd rung the bell for lights out. Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? So, did this head nun actually see Iris? I think I'd better try to get some more details. So who is this acolyte that was to train for the inner temple? Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. After she went through the trouble of signing up for a special course. Special course? It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times. You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you? No, of course not. You don't have to worry one little bit. Last night we still hadn't started the training session itself. Well, that's good to hear. Oh dear, there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Uh-oh. I don't think I like the sound of this. Do you know that small girl? I believe she's Mystic Maya's little sister. Maya has a little sister? Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin. Little Pearl? I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we finished up the dinner cleanup. But I haven't seen her at all since late last night. She's nowhere to be found. You mean she was with the victim? It's all the fault of my stupid creaky old back. A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone? And as they say, the plot thickens. Never mind the plot thickening. A 9-year-old girl is missing. On the mountains, in the snow. That's not a thick plot, that's an emergency situation. Man. What if it turns out she's actually over at the other shrine all along and she's with Maya? She just went to go and see her real quick. Okay. Let's see if we can talk to her again. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've already told you everything that Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. Alright, so we need to break open those locks. We should talk about this first. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Elise Durham with a sword. And one other thing. She said that when Maya Fey began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you'd never went to the Inner Temple, and yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answers I'm looking for if I break the psyche locks. Let's present a bunch of other stuff to her first. So, note. This letter, it appears to be addressed to you. I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away. Not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this. Is that the murder weapon? Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before? Yes. Mystic Amy was holding it in the courtyard. And apparently the head nun witnessed the whole sad affair. She saw you stabbing Elise Dunham with the very sword. I'm sorry. I don't leave the temple grounds, blah 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 blah, so she doesn't know about that. I'd like to ask you about Sister Bikini, the head of the Hazakura Temple. She raised me as if she were my real mother. As if she were your real mother? I was left at Hazakura Temple when I was just a small child, and she's taken care of me ever since. Forgive me for sounding rude, but what about your family? I'm sorry, but I'd rather not talk about this. Again, that's something that could be easily disproven, so why would she claim it? Couldn't possibly be Dahlia. Oh, this is the woman who was to undergo the last night's training. She seems a very strong and reliable woman. Whatever else anyone has to say about this Iris woman, I can't exactly say she's the best judge of character. What about Pearl? This is the trainee's younger sister, correct? She's as cute as a button, and she seems to really love mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh? She even said she was going to have the leftovers for dinner the next night. And then she took the leftover potatoes and the whole pot of gravy with her to her room. Oh, that's quite an appetite for such a little girl. Alright, Magatama time. I think we've got enough now with the note. And the lightning report. So she was frightened. This is why she said she didn't go. Since I've been handed this case, it's my duty to dig up the answers. Dig up all the answers, understand? Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe the case in a whole new light. In my years in court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't leave your own room? Perhaps this is what you were afraid of. Well, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Huh? Why is your voice trembling like that? It's just that your eyes are scaring me. Ugh. Blast, I must be trying too hard to bluff. Please excuse me, I'm still not used to this role I've been assigned. No, I should apologize. I'm sorry for being such a scaredy cat. So it wasn't the lightning. I'm still determined to find the answer to this mystery, but I'm telling you, I really was in my room all last night. If that's the case, the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? So maybe it was the blackmail letter instead then. Or was it the fact that she gave her spirit hood away? Because why would a blackmail letter scare her into staying in her room You'd be more scared not to go and attend to it, right? No, okay, it's not the hood. Damn, this can't be that hard. Alright. There we go. It was the blackmail letter. I found this in the main hall and it's addressed to you. Ah, that's... Well, Iris? Why? Why are you glaring at me like that? You were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Ah! Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke the lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way. But Mr. Edgeworth, yes? I thought the letter was just someone playing a prank on me. A prank? Well, yes, after all. Even if I did have a secret, no reason to tell it that would cause me any grief. I wonder about that. Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her. No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances, however, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there's one person you didn't want your secret told to. I mean, she wouldn't want it told to Bikini, right? No. Phoenix, then, probably. It's the only other person that makes sense. Mr. Edgeworth, is it just possible that maybe you yourself have a deep, dark secret in your heart? Why do you say that? As they say, it takes one to know one. How could she have known about that? Is she peering into my soul? It's true there's a deep-seated darkness in my heart, however, the only way I can get rid of it is to fully uncover the truth. You mean the truth behind my secret? Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret. Alright, she doesn't want Phoenix to know. Phoenix Wright. Oh. You mean something to Wright, it seems, and I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him of all people to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say? Should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. Kind of annoyed we didn't get to unlock Larry's locks. Unless he shows up after this. At dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it. What's this heavenly hall that the letter mentions? It's a small mountain shack at the base of the Dusky Bridge. A small shack, huh? It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near. Where is it on the map? So this will be down that little rickety stairway. It's around here. To get there, you must follow a small path down from the Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall? So it wasn't the lightning she was scared of. I was so scared by the whole affair, I didn't even want to think about it. So this is the secret you locked away in your heart. Yes. It's as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find a sign of our mysterious blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room that night. Yes, that's exactly right. Alright. So she rang the bell at 10 PM, was in her room till the murderer was discovered. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you, I will win. I'm gonna win it so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me you'll tell him your secret. But it's pointless. Why would you say that? Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am. curious. Okay, so guess we go back. He doesn't care about that. Let's see if we can find Larry again. I want to try presenting her testimony here. I don't think we probably shouldn't, but we'll see what happens. Okay, she doesn't care. It'll just be all the more of a shock to her in the trial then. Okay. Oh god, what the hell? What is this shit? I think we know where Larry's hiding out now. Oh dear lord. Oh, not much of a view down here, huh? It's still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Detective, hide yourself. Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Fucking Larry. Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. Did he write this blackmail letter to lure her there, to surprise her with this, whatever the fuck this is? These banners, by the way, with the flags on, I'm sure he had these at the park when he was running the hot dog stall in that one case way back when. This is all the same stuff he had put up there. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be a prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. He's literally going to try and get into freaking jail. I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck. He's just talking to himself. Shh. Quiet, listen. I knew it. Shouldn't have done that. I blew it again. Done that? What did he do, I wonder? God damn it, Gumshoe. Hey you, about what you just said, I got an objection. What the? Edgy, you dirty rat. Glare. Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting objection. And in a loud and commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my finger. Objection! Yep. Pretty much like that. You've watched too many trials, I think. I'm sorry. You will be. Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? Ugh. I've got to examine this first. Straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow. Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look. Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name for in some senses. You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven because that thing is hell. Uh-huh. You would do well to remember, Larry, that this is a sacred place to some people. That's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal. I don't know anything about detective, this is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris. Larry, do you know that the difference between graffiti and true art is? It's how the artist himself defines it, right? I should have seen that one coming. Well, if that's the case, then all of my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal. Oh, goodness me. What's this festive-looking ornament? It reminds me of art class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember? Well, oh yeah, you were never really any good at it. Called out. Really? Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold a dollar, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing. Hey. Really, I never would have... Be quiet already. I never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw. You know, Edgy? Nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy. Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth. This is exactly why I hate childhood friends. I can see the bridge from here. It's a little far, but I have a pretty clear view of Dusky Bridge from here. I still can't believe it. Really. What is it, Larry? Nothing. It's nothing. Sounds pretty suspicious to me. Something about that statement smells, and you know what they say. When something smells, it's usually the butts. This is the Eagle River, sir. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over, even in the winter. If it had ice over it, Wright would have been in some serious trouble. But right about that, he would have landed on the ice and slid downstream, who knows where. Yes, that's... yeah, no, that's not what I meant, but alright. You know, more to do with the impact, the breaking of bones, and then if he goes through it, under the ice, big problems. These go all the way to the Dusky Bridge. It's a pretty long but easy walk. I fell down 4 times on the way down here, sir. Oh, sorry about that, detective. I ate 4 bananas and tossed their peels on the stairs on my way down. What? So that was what I was slipping on. Be careful on the way back. Those deadly banana peels are still out there. That's a really important piece of information right there, Mr. Edgeworth. No, it isn't. Pretty sure we can ignore that. Alright, Larry. So, blackmail note. Okay, so he's not talking about that. Talking about the murder weapon. That's the staff that Mr. Lease was always carrying. Mr. Lease, but why? Huh? What is it, Larry? There's something missing from the staff. There's something missing? Okay, so he doesn't know anything about that. Okay, yeah, let's get to this. Bikini. I'm just no good with people like her. She really reminds me too much of my mother. That's what he meant. Okay, either I misunderstood what he said to Phoenix. Because he literally said, she's my mom. I'm sure he said that. Like, well, I mean, she is my mom. And we were like, wait, what? Now he's like, she's like my mom. May I speak now? Oh, sure. I don't care how you feel about her personally. Just tell me what you know about her and how she's related to the case. Don't you think you're expecting a little too much of me? I'm just a 25-year-old jobless bum trying to be an apprentice artist. I'm actually starting to feel jealous of this guy, just a little. It must be nice to go through life so simple as this with nary a care in the world. You know, the responsibilities of adulthood just like slipping by every chance he gets. Oh, it's Maya. Nick was trying to save her, you know, but instead he wound up falling off the bridge. I'm not surprised though, Nick always gets himself into trouble. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black. I just hope that Maya doesn't catch cold too, or, you know, starve to death. Or something worse, yeah. Oh, hey, it's Pearl. But she's way cuter than this, the Pearl I used to go out with, like, in a kid-cute way, yeah? Yeah, you can shut up now, Larry. Yes, well, apparently she hasn't been seen the whole morning. What did you say? Edgy? Why are you wasting your time with me then? What's wrong with you? Excuse me? If anything happens to her, I'll never forgive you. Wow, I guess he's right for a change, sir. Now I feel like I'm the bad guy in all of this. Well, yes, we should maybe be looking for the kid. Alright. But what is this little shack? Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday. Why were you down here for the first place? Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse. Sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal. One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here. So, can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe? Hot water, wow, luxury. He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir. Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris. Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute? Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl. Damn. Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm going to ask for him. Have you already asked the girl to marry you? No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this, I really want this man to carry me over the threshold look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that. Something tells me he would be shocked indeed. That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I going to do if she gets hurt? What's this guy trying to say? He's lost me about a mile back. If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him on the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question. Where were you and what were you doing last night? Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Okay, chill out. Chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night... Oh yeah, he's hiding lots of things. I saw something incredible. Something incredible? Here they are, all the locks. Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water. Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Alright. Boom. Let's crack these open. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night. Oh, you're really upset, aren't you, Edgy? Okay, I'll talk. No? That was a bit too easy. Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. Around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping, not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing! The world in front of me went white, like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi. And then, it was on fire! The bridge was on fire! Dusky Bridge caught fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes? Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling the truth. There are still 3 Psyche locks remaining. That means he's trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen? Or where, you say? Well, what do you mean? What do you mean, what do you mean? Just answer the question. I was in my room, and in the main hall. Where else would I be? As usual, you're transparent as an empty jelly jar. Problem, I suspect, lies there. There? What do you mean, there? Oh yeah, Larry dodges. He ducks and weaves and dodges. It's impossible for you to have seen the lightning strike and the dusty bridge from your own room. Because of the map. Look at it. It's all the way behind that ridge. You can't see it.
Take that!
This is a map of the area. Look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple. What am I looking for? I think that that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees and it's impossible to see the bridge from here. Well, why didn't you tell me that before? This is your lie, buddy. Well, how about it? How about what? Do you feel like talking now? About what? Oh, I love that emote. Watching you. It looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice, I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then where were you? You don't know that I was in my room. So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I've read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Yeah, he is determined. He's just terrible, though. That's the problem. Very well, then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed the lightning strike at the Dusty Bridge from was here.
Take that!
So, the place you saw the lightning strike from was naturally Heavenly Hall. Why would I be hanging out in this old shack? It's freezing cold, there's no electricity, and it could fall apart at any minute. Which you said was artistic earlier. Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet. Oh. Oh yeah. Godot's gonna be like, well, well, it's Christmas. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of special blend. In other words, you've just proved the evidence to prove my theory. A theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset. Yeah, Great Rice roast blend, maybe a hint of spices for the season, you know. I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're a totally different league from Nick. That's nice, now tell me. What were you doing at this cold little shack last night? That's what you might call a faire de coeur. I think you mean a faire de coeur. Could it be you were waiting for someone? Oh no. You really are one of the scary guy, you know that? I believe last night you were waiting for this person to come and meet you.
Take that!
The blackmail letter was his way of getting her to come here so he could confess his love to her in a very non-creepy way. Yeah, totally non-creepy. There's only one person you'd be waiting for in this horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before, don't call me Larry. The person you were waiting for was Iris. Yes, that's it. All the face palms. He is stupid. Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy. No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? You literally told us that. Do you have some kind of evidence for this? You got something that proves I was waiting for her, or are you just guessing? This is where I draw the line, and it ends with this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. The blackmail letter. Can place money on he did it and not Iris. Really? You think Larry killed the woman? I don't think so. He's just a harmless idiot. Because he was here waiting for her. So here's the evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter. Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway? That's not important. I misjudged you, Larry. The dumbest ones are the most dangerous. This is true. What do you mean? Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. Oh. First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here. Well, that's what it said in the book. Letter writing for dummies. You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write Dear Iris. Oh god. He took the template and thought that's what you actually have to put at the start of a letter. Oh my god. He wrote the placeholder. God damn it, Larry, you are a whole other level of stupid. This is the kind of stupid that makes my brain cry. I'm so sorry. Oh.